Hi guys, Everything NFL here, and today I am back with my daily 2020 NFL draft content, and today I am bringing you, it's more of an opinion video. It's going to be very similar to the video I did yesterday on the New York Giants, but today it is about the Philadelphia Eagles and what they should do with their 21st overall pick in the 2020 National Football League draft. No messing about, let's get right into it. At this point, in my opinion, after they traded for Darius Slay, they no longer need a cornerback. I think they've got some good options there that are going to flourish with a superstar like Darius Slay in the system, helping them improve. So it all leads on, they need a receiver. They could trade up, but this whole video is based on a scenario if they didn't trade up. So let's get into it. The reason this is interesting is because the Eagles' pick is such a weird position. And more than likely, by the time they pick, the top three wide receivers on the board in Jerry Jeudy from Alabama, Henry Ruggs from Alabama, and CeeDee Lamb from Oklahoma will all be off the board. So it leaves them with some options, which I'm going to go through. You might think I'll just go through some names quickly that aren't going to be on this list. So T. Higgins isn't going to be on this list. Brandon Ayuk isn't going to be on this list. No KJ Hamler. No Michael Pittman Jr. No Antonio Gandy Golden, etc., etc. None of those players. We have got three players on here. We have Justin Jefferson, wide receiver out of LSU. Jalen Reagor, also wide receiver out of TCU. And Denzel Mims, wide receiver out of Baylor. So let's start with Justin Jefferson out of LSU. He's 6'1", 202 pounds. I've already gone over him before in my college. I think it was a college wide receiver video. Best top 5 wide receivers in the 2020 class. You can go check it out on my channel. So feel free to do that. He was a cornerstone of the LSU Tigers' 2019 National Championship winning season, and was Joe Burrow's top receiver alongside young weapon and already probably the #1 receiver in the 2021 class, Jamar Chase. Jefferson has also had, these are his stats for the season, 111 receptions, 1,540 yards, and 18 receiving touchdowns. In his last year in college, insane. He can play out wide, but saw himself improve with a monstrous season in the slot, which is where he showed just how good he can be. He has decent speed and separation, but he needs to improve his route running to become a top wide receiver in the National Football League. Because if he doesn't, he's going to get read easy, he's going to get predicted, and they will not truly get the best out of him at a top level. But once again, this is a fantastic option for the Philadelphia Eagles to look at on the table. Now, let's move on to the next option for the Philadelphia Eagles, in my opinion, which is Jalen Reagor out of Texas Christian University. He's 6'3", 207 pounds, and is the perfect size for a wide receiver at the pro level. I've got quite a lot of support for Jalen Reagor. I have him mocked going to the Minnesota Vikings, I think, at 25. So let's see how interesting this gets. Reagor is a smooth athlete with blazing speed who has more playmaking talent than receiver skill, and play callers need to account for that with determining how to utilise him. He's electric with the ball in his hands, so getting it to him quickly rather than asking him to consistently make plays for himself as a ball winner could be crucial in how he is used in a pro-style system. Corners tend to stay on him at early stages of his route run. If a team wants to get the best out of Reagor, they need to get the ball to him quickly and let him do the work. I think that the system for Jalen Reagor, you've got to build it around him. You've got to put the players around him. If he's got a good quarterback play, he could flourish. He could flourish as Stephon Diggs' replacement in that Minnesota system. He could even flourish in a system, possibly as a #1 wide receiver in a Philadelphia Eagles system. He's obviously not going to play #1 straight away because he's so young and he's so raw. He needs to improve. He's got all the talent in the world to improve. And let's start going through some of his stats, because I think these stats won't seem as good or as impressive as you'd think. So, yeah, his stats for the season, questionable quarterback play affected him a lot last season at TCU. So his stats aren't the best. He had 43 receptions for 611 yards and 5 scores. But you could see a lot if you go back and watch some tape on Jalen Reagor. Not just highlights. Watch the whole tape, because he gets frustrated easily when he's not getting the ball. So you can see it, and it slowly, instead of staying off the field or on the sidelines where he vents off his anger or whatever, he brings it on the field with him, and you can't do that at a pro style level, because if you get 1 ounce of not being faithful in yourself, or not thinking, oh, he's not throwing me the ball, I'm getting like proper angry, I'm just gonna try and whatever, I don't know. If you play with anger, you're not gonna play well, and he does that at the college level, and he cannot do that at the pro level, so that is something that he's got to figure out. Lastly, on these 3 wide receivers, we have Denzel Mims, who is a wide receiver out of Baylor. He's risen up draft boards during this whole process. He's risen up my draft board a lot as well. So let's go over what makes him a first-round talent in 2020. He's 6'3", 216 pounds. He's a big wide receiver, which is great size for a wideout. His stats match his frame. He had 66 receptions, 1,020 yards, and 12 touchdowns. Those are some amazing stats that will catch the eye of NFL scouts and coaches. He's a touchdown threat any time he's near the red zone. If the route work and intensity catch up with his natural athletic ability, he could become a dangerous receiver in a vertical offensive system. This is why I have him pegged at number 30 to the Green Bay Packers, because Denzel Mims would work fantastically alongside Davante Adams and with Aaron Rodgers as well. So let's rule this one out. I don't think the Eagles will pick Denzel Mims at 21. I don't think the Eagles will trade down either. I think there's more chance they'll trade up. That's why we're not ruling out the possibility that they trade up or trade down. But this is just what they would do if they stayed at 21. So what would I do if I was in the Eagles' shoes? If I was making this pick, personally, I think I would select Justin Jefferson out of LSU, as he has the most production out of any of the receivers available at 21. And he will be a great fit on an offense led by Carson Wentz. He'd instantly be a slot weapon, which could be a force in the not very strong NFC East in 2020. The NFC East is not very strong at all. You got the Dallas Cowboys and a new head coach in Mike McCarthy. You never know what they could do. I've got them pegged to win the division currently, but it's too early to tell. You never know what might happen with Mike McCarthy. We all saw how his tenure ended in Green Bay, so we all know what could happen there. With the New York Giants, like I said in my video yesterday, they've got holes all over the roster. I think they'll finish bottom of the NFC East next season. And then we've got the Washington Redskins led by Ron Rivera. They've got Dwayne Haskins, more than likely going to land Chase Young. They could improve a ton next season. And the Philadelphia Eagles have let some big names go. They've also brought in Javon Hargrave, beast nose tackle from the Pittsburgh Steelers, who I think is going to play a big part in this team. And I think they also signed someone from the Bills. I'm not quite sure who he is. He's a corner, but I'm not quite sure who he is. But yeah, the Eagles are in a good position to succeed, and I don't think they can set themselves Super Bowl expectations, but they can set themselves expectations to win the division and remain competitive. So if you guys have any different opinions, feel free to let me know in the comment section below. Like and subscribe, and don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss an upload. Also, comment some video ideas. I will definitely look to do them. I am not ignoring you guys. If you guys comment, I will always reply, and I will always look at them every single time. And I'll be back tomorrow with more 2020 NFL Draft content. See you guys tomorrow.